In 2004, a farmer in China dug up bones that changed history forever. The remains matched descriptions of a creature thought to be pure myth. This wasn't just any fossil. It was the missing link between dragons and real dinosaurs. That discovery led scientists to re-examine ancient texts and artifacts with fresh eyes. What they found will shock you. We're revealing 7 mythical creatures that existed, complete with archaeological evidence. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit bell icon. Let's dive into the video. Number 7. The dragon. From China to Europe, dragons appear in myths from nearly every ancient culture. They're usually described as huge, scaly creatures that breathe fire. But could these legends be based on real animals? Some scientists think dragons are pure fantasy. Others believe ancient people may have found dinosaur fossils, long necks, sharp teeth, and bony plates that inspired the stories. Some of these fossils belong to creatures as long as a school bus, comparable in size to today's largest whales. In 2004, a Chinese farmer discovered a fossil matching local dragon myths almost exactly. The Komodo dragon, a massive, powerful reptile, also fits the image. While it doesn't breathe fire, its fearsome look may have added to the legend. In China, dragons are symbols of good luck and power. In Europe, they're feared monsters. These cultural views may come from how people interpreted the same kinds of ancient bones. The dragon-dinosaur connection isn't proven, but the similarities are hard to ignore. Number 6. Griffins. With eagle heads and lion bodies, griffins appear in Greek and Middle Eastern myths as powerful guardians of gold. But how could such a creature exist? The answer may lie in dinosaur fossils. In the Gobi Desert, where gold was mined, people found protoceratops bones. This dinosaur had a beak-like mouth and walked on 4 legs, matching the griffin's look. It was about the size of a large sheep, which could easily seem lion-like to someone unfamiliar with dinosaurs. Its beaked skull resembled an eagle's head, and its body looked lion-like. A partially buried frill might have even looked like wings. These fossils, found near gold, could easily inspire tales of treasure-guarding beasts. So, while griffins weren't real, ancient people may have based them on real bones, showing how myths often grow from misunderstood discoveries. Number 5. Centaurs. In Greek mythology, centaurs, half human, half horse, symbolized the clash between civilization and wild instincts. They were often seen as powerful but chaotic outcasts. Biologically, such a creature is impossible, but the myth may have a real-world origin. Before horses were common, early people who saw mounted riders for the first time might have mistaken them for single hybrid beings. A full-grown horse with a rider stands as tall as a moose, making the illusion even more convincing from a distance. From a distance, a human on a horse could easily look like a centaur. In fact, skilled Greek horsemen from Thessaly were sometimes called centaurs. As riding spread, these powerful, fast warriors fit the wild image of the myth. Centaurs weren't real, but they may have been ancient attempts to explain something new. Horseback riding. Number 4. Mermaids. Half human, half fish. Mermaids appear in legends from around the world. Often described as beautiful women with fish tails, they were said to lure sailors or protect the sea. But could these sea creatures have a real-world origin? Biologically, mermaids don't make sense. No creature combines human and fish traits like that. But ancient sailors weren't making things up. They were likely seeing something real. The most common explanation is the manatee or dugong. These large marine mammals have rounded bodies, move gracefully, and nurse their young like humans. They can grow over 10 feet long, about the size of a small kayak, which might have added to the illusion. After weeks at sea, sailors might have mistaken them for women from a distance. Number 3. The Kraken. A legendary sea monster, the Kraken, said to drag ships underwater with its massive tentacles. While it sounds mythical, it may be based on the giant squid. These real creatures can grow over 40 feet long, about the size of a school bus, and live deep in the ocean. For centuries, only their strange, tentacled carcasses were found washed ashore. Recent footage finally captured live giant squids, whose size, power, and deep-sea habitat closely match Kraken tales. The Kraken may not be real, but the giant squid likely inspired the legend. Number 2. The Unicorn. White horses with a single horn. Unicorns are ancient symbols of magic and purity. While horses with horns don't exist, the myth may come from real animals. One is the Elasmotherium, an extinct horned rhinoceros about the size of an elephant, with a large forehead horn, matching unicorn descriptions. Others think narwhal tusks, sold as unicorn horns, fueled the myth. Unicorns weren't real, but their legend likely came from a mix of fossils, rare animals, and imagination. Unicorns weren't real, but the belief in them was strong enough to last for centuries. Number 1. The Direwolves. Direwolves are often known from fantasy stories, but they were actually real animals. These giant prehistoric wolves roamed North and South America during the Ice Age and were larger and more powerful than modern wolves. They could weigh up to 150 pounds, about the size of a Great Dane, but with a much stockier build and stronger jaws. They went extinct around 10,000 years ago, likely due to climate change and the disappearance of the large prey they depended on. But some believe direwolves might still exist in remote areas. In 2018, a mysterious wolf-like animal was shot in Montana. It had strange features, too big for a coyote, too odd for a normal wolf. DNA tests showed it wasn't a direwolf, but the case sparked renewed interest in whether a few direwolves could have survived in isolation. Though there's no solid proof they're still around, the legend of the direwolf survives. Part ancient predator, part modern mystery. Viewers. Many myths may have roots in real animals, like dragons inspired by dinosaur bones, or manatees mistaken for mermaids. Science shows that legends often start with misunderstood observations. Which myth surprised you most? Could Bigfoot have a similar origin? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. We've got more mysteries coming your way.